Now, hello everybody, we are with Duff here from Australia, Queensland. She's gonna read some poems to us. It's a Saturday poetry special. Actually, it's Friday. We're filming it on Friday, but it doesn't matter because Friday, Saturday, in Israel anyway, it's almost the same day. So okay, let's do the warm up. Let's do our regular show. Your name is Kate Duff, or is it your real name, or is it an alias?
Oh no, it's my real name. Yep.
Okay, great. You're from Queensland, Australia.
That's right. Yep.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking for people who would like to relate, how old are you?
48.
48, grade 8.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your Instagram handle for people who'd like to follow you?
Kate Duff Poetry.
But it's underscore, right? Kate
Yeah. So Kate
Duff.
_ Poetry.
Okay. On what other social media people can find you besides Instagram?
Okay, so you can follow me on my blog, 1,000 Bits of Paper.
Okay.
So that's just one word. And then Kate Duff Poetry on Facebook, or Audacity Magazine, because I also produce and publish a magazine every month. So
awesome. What's the magazine about? What's the magazine about?
So the magazine has poets and writers and musos and just generally inspirational people, entrepreneurs, and I interview them, and then I have their stories in the magazine. So
amazing.
They're from all over the world.
How you publish it all over the world?
Yeah, it's a digital magazine, and it goes out once a month, and it's free. Anybody can just grab a copy and share it, and it moves around pretty well.
Okay, what's the name of the magazine?
Audacity Magazine.
Audacity Magazine. Okay, you hear people? Yeah. Just go there, subscribe to her magazine, and grab it. It's free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if there's people that are interested in putting their stories in, if they're poets or writers, or hit me up.
Okay, great. Okay, what are you willing to tell about yourself without feeling too hesitated or whatever?
I'm a poet. I've been writing poetry for the last 5 or 6 years. I've got a couple of books. This is my second book. So that was just released last month.
The steps what? The steps
we take within.
Okay.
Yep. So that was released last month, and then I've got another book, and you can find those on Amazon.
Oh, amazing! Was it published by yourself or? Self-publishing. Self-publishing.
Yeah,
right?
self-publishing the poetry books, and then I've got another novel that I'm writing. I'm just through the final editing stages at the moment.
Nice.
And that'll come out next year.
What's the title of the novel?
Figments. It's aimed at probably 11 to 13-year-olds. It's about imagination, and actually one of the characters is an imaginary friend that has to find her identity in life, and kids can sort of relate. So
okay, great. What's the title once again? Because I couldn't get it.
Figments of the imagination.
Figments of the imagination. Okay, great. So you're a very prolific writer. That's great.
A very prolific writer, yeah. So I blog every day. You can find the poems that I blog with every day on 1,000 Bits of Paper. So it's just one word. It's usually easiest to find me there because it's an odd name, so people can type that in, find me there, and then all the rest of the links are there.
Okay, you heard her. People, go to Google and type in 1,000 Bits of Paper. You'll find her there, and grab the.
Yes.
I believe it's going to be a great one. Figments
of the Imagination. So that's out next year, though. That's not published yet.
Okay. But they can subscribe to the newsletter or something, right?
To the magazine, definitely subscribe to the magazine. I'll show you. I've got So this is what the magazine looks like. That's the front cover. Okay. That was last month's, actually. So that's issue 3. It's only new. Okay. And issue 4 will be out on the 1st of December.
Student Summit.
So, yeah, so I'm working on that now and having interviews with people, and yeah, it'll be awesome.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, do you have any cats or dogs?
I do. I have 3 dogs. Yeah.
3 dogs. What types?
So I've got a boxer
Okay.
and a wolfhound, and the other guy is like a bull Arab. So he's a big, they're big dogs.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Have you got dogs?
Yes and no. It's like a complicated question. I take care of dogs of my family. I don't have a dog personally. I live alone, but I don't have a dog personally. But my parents, like my mom and my stepdad, they live in the same town I do. They have a little They have a little Shih Tzu.
Oh yeah, okay.
So when they're away, I take care of her. Like feed her, walk her, remove the caca, and etc.
Yeah, so you get your dog fixed that way.
Yeah. And my brother, he's my younger sibling. He lives in another town of Israel, and he has a bigger dog. He has a Corso.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
It's like a Roman military dog. It's a very big dog, and the guy lives with me when they're away somewhere abroad. So I take care of him when they are abroad. That's about it.
Yeah, okay. How's COVID going over there?
Well, the COVID here in Israel, we had 2 lockdowns in the past 6 months. It hit the businesses and the ordinary people quite hard, and people are still coping with it and trying to recover. The economy recovers, but there are some good news, like our Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu, his name.
Yeah.
So he closed the deal with American companies for getting a vaccine. Like you probably heard that Pfizer got a vaccine.
Yes, yeah.
And then
it's 95% effective or something.
Yeah, 90% effective. And there's some other company that has like 95% effective vaccine. He got a deal with them as well. And then there is a Russian vaccine that was out already a couple of months ago. He got it as well. So we're in the process of getting the vaccines. So
yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah.
How's it? How's COVID in Australia, Queensland?
Oh, we've been really lucky. Queensland's had cases, but not much. And where we are, we haven't had anything out here. So I'm a bit more rural, but Queensland's been shut. It sort of shut its borders, and we haven't had much at all. They had a bit of a scare in Adelaide the other day, but Australia on the whole has been very lucky. Okay. Melbourne got shut down again. It got a second wave, but they've just come out of that. But really, we haven't had anything nearly as bad as the rest of the world. You hear some horror stories from the rest of the world, that's for sure.
Yeah, there are a lot of trouble right now, and people try to cope their best way around. Okay, let's move to the next question then. What do you like to do on Saturdays?
On Saturdays? Probably wake up and go for a run, and then I've got some writing to do tomorrow, and quite a lot of it actually. So that'll take most of the day, and maybe go for a ride. Okay,
sounds great. Okay, now it's time for your poems. Let's get reading your poems. I'll share the screen and open your file so people could follow. And
okay, yep.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen, and you can begin reading your poem. It is a wandering scene.
Yeah. So it is a tragedy of life that our self. And music. Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yeah, now I can.
Okay. Do you want me to start again?
Yeah, better do.
Okay. It is a tragedy of life that our self-esteem is a wandering thing. We think it firmly locked within, and yet it sneaks out in the dead of night, tracks away into town, following the lights and music. When morning comes, we wake bereft, wondering at the small shreds that are left tuckered out and torn, snoring. And then someone says, oh, this wonderful, this thing you have done. And radiance bursts over the skin, and self-esteem awakes and wanders back in, filling all the hollow places with warmth again. And you think, if I could just contain it this time within, but you can't, not while it relies on another's opinion.
Okay, so it's really...
Because one night will come.
Okay.
Is it juddering, is it? Because one night it will come, off it goes again, into town, through the fields, seeking the tonic of another's advice, and more mornings will find it gone, and yourself alone waiting for it to come home.
It's very gentle. I would describe this poem as very gentle and kind
it
of...
is trying a bit of self-compassion.
yeah. I believe those are the words I was looking for. As for someone whose language is not his first language, could you explain what the word bereft means?
To wake up without, like to be torn from your, to have something taken from you.
Okay.
So to wake up without it.
Oh,
Do you get it?
Like losing something, right? Waking up was a loss.
Yeah, waking up with loss, yeah.
Okay, great. Understood. I completely understood the rest of it. It's just this only word was new to me. But thank you for explaining it to me. It was great. What about the poem? I think it's very gentle and it's kind of, as you said, compassionate. And what else? How did you come up with the idea for this poem?
So my poetry comes, but it just comes through thoughts of things that I experience in my own life. So it just drops into my head basically, and I'm thinking about it, and so I'm writing about it, and the poetry just comes out. I don't actually play with the poems a lot and try to edit them. They just, I just write them the way it comes out now. I used to, when I was younger, I'd try and make it all rhyme and that sort of thing, but now I think the rhythm of the words is more important, having it fall into a bit of a pattern, and it just does that naturally. I think once you're writing lots of poetry, and I write a lot of poetry, it just seems to come out with its own pattern, so you just leave it.
Yeah, I also find it's like a stream of consciousness, right? You just sit down, take the pen in your hand, or if you're at a computer, you just let your keystrokes guide the way, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next one then.
Which one was the next? Oh, the dreaming track. So this one was written while I was walking, so it was just one of those things that fell into my head.
Okay.
Am I creating a painting, art? In the universe somewhere, is someone looking down as I go around and around? Are the places where I grieved black? Are the places where I loved red? Up there, down here, things are changing. My spirit is just a paintbrush painting.
Okay, I think your poems are really gentle, and I kind of like it. It's like I'm a man. I can say it's a feminine part that you feel when you read those poems. And
actually, do you know, a lot of men? I've got an old friend, and he loves my poetry, and he's a bloke, and a man, and he really likes it. Maybe it's that softness that men don't usually, they don't get. So
yeah. It's very touching. So basically,
so in Aboriginal art, the dreaming track is, that's what I call my blog too. It sort of follows their life story. So when they write art, it's like they look down on the landscape from up above.
Okay.
And so when they're painting, it's almost like they're looking down on a, when the drone goes up and you see all the patterns emerging, and that's what that's talking about. Is because I was walking around and around a paddock, and I do the same paddock every morning with the dogs, and I was thinking, because you tend to be thinking thoughts as you're going around. Are you creating a dreaming track? You know, are you creating a painting with your mind, with your thoughts? So that's what that poem's
Very
about.
nice, very nice, very nice, very inspiring.
That's great.
I know about the Aborigines of Australia, that they have like a tradition when a boy reaches a certain age, there is like a test he has to overcome. It's called the walk. He's being
Yeah,
sent. He's being sent through the desert to survive completely alone. And the farthest he gets is like the greatest valor or the greatest bravery. He is well, how to say it. His acquaintance to his, I don't know. He
yeah, it's true. They do. So they're one of the oldest. I think they are the oldest continuous culture on Earth, and yeah, they have some amazing knowledge that they actually don't share with, you know, most common people don't know all their ins and outs. I was at Uluru a couple of years ago, and that's where I found out a lot of stuff about their culture, actually, just from talking with people in the ranges and some amazing books. And it's so interesting. Like when they look at the desert, they just can see food, whereas we look and we see, you know, shrubs and this or that. It's just like a massive pantry to them. So
interesting.
they're an amazing people. Yeah.
Interesting. We once here in Israel, in Tel Aviv and Jaffa, I was present at one like a showcase, an artist showcase of some Aboriginal art from
Yeah.
Australia. It's like they made a showcase, a presentation of Aboriginal traditional art. It was something interesting because it was some sort of abstract way of thinking. Like the
Yeah.
birds, the spirits, the sounds. It's very interesting kind of culture, and
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it is a shame they don't share it as much as the rest of the world shares their
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They just have levels that they let you in on, I think. So, yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next one then.
Okay. I'm sort of reading it from a piece of paper, so I might be turning pages.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So this is the song of the grass. Get out of your head and listen to the sound of the grass as she sways. One beast covered in a pelt that stretches for days, or 1,000 small clumps communing. The wind brings their conversation from earth to ear, the human walking past, suddenly tuning in, hears a longing for rain, wishful pining for seeds left to go tumbling out on the breeze, the music of 1,000,000 hollow reeds singing an aria. There is a percussion when faced front on that buffets my own eardrums, but if I turn to whom the grass serenades, the melody again kicks in. Is it my footfalls, or is that the bass? Bugs and crickets lying almost flat, down near the dirt, tumbling neath shoes, the grass is singing a connection tune. Orchestral conductor swings into action. He'll make use of anything for the main attraction. The windmills, the chimes, the steel drum with hollowed out sides. It likes hollow things, the wind, because only the empty can hear it sing.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. I like the ending because I'm a Buddhist. I'm a Zen Buddhist. I practice Buddhism, and in Buddhism you have a lot of a lot of philosophy dealing with emptiness. But whether it's an emptiness of within you or emptiness outside, like the world emptiness, like the hollowness of our actions, you can say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very good point.
So the Zen Buddhism talks to the idea that you have to continually empty yourself, doesn't it?
No, actually, it says like you have to learn how to detach yourself from form and illusion, and then you understand emptiness, because emptiness is like it's like the thing that the entire universe is made from. It's not it's not just nothing, because when you think about nothing, it's already a big mistake. You're attached to nothing. But when when you're completely empty, you're enlightened. You understand what it is without thinking about emptiness all the time.
Yeah, okay. I actually got that hollow from the I Ching, you know,
Okay.
because in the I Ching, Lao Tzu talks about walking into a room, you know, and the room is only useful if it's not full of furniture.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you can't drink from a cup that's already full and
Yeah,
that sort of a thing.
it's
So yeah,
Tao
it's
Te Ching.
useful because of its emptiness. Yeah, yeah, the Tao Te Ching. Yeah,
Yeah.
I call it the I Ching. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, I really like your poems. I'll stop sharing
Oh,
the
thank you.
screen. I really like your poems. I'll stop sharing the screen. And what else? I wish you a great evening.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It'll be
thank
Friday night. Doesn't get any better.
yeah, Friday night. Just crack a cold one and have a good
Yeah,
evening.
I will. Thank you. You too. What are you up to tomorrow?
Well, it's morning here. It's 11 a.m.
Oh yeah, of course.
But on Saturday, I probably gonna write, learn some German, practice my
Yeah,
Thai.
yeah.
I'm learning languages. I started a blog about languages, and
Wow.
yeah, and it's multilingualadam.com. You can check it out if you want to.
Yeah, I will. I'll have to have a
Uh,
look. That's very clever. It's to be able to do different languages.
yeah. I speak fluent Russian, Hebrew, and English, and that's about it. I'll stop recording because it's not relevant for the show. Thank you
Yeah.
everybody for watching, and don't forget to visit Kate Duff's site and sign up for her magazine. Thank you very much. Bye.